The Olympics have begun, and I have good news and I have bad news. Welcome to Quiet Please Golf, episode 3. Thank you so much for tuning in to the last 2 episodes. If you have not seen those episodes, I really encourage you to go watch them. Click subscribe. It's completely free. It's not a pyramid scheme, I promise. Alright, so what are we going to talk about tonight? Well, I have good news and I have bad news. And we're going to talk about both. The bad news. I weighed in this morning. Yeah. 279.8 pounds. I'm down not even a pound and a half. It's terrible. With me being 280 pounds, I should be down at least 3 pounds. But the honest truth is, I did not put in the work to achieve the results I want to achieve. And that's got to stop. The other bad thing is, I shot 5 over par yesterday on a short course. Stone Wolf Golf Club, it was like 6,200 yards. I had 2 double bogeys, 2 bogeys on the front 9, 6 over par, shot 42 on the front, 5 over par on a short course. It's uncalled for, especially with how much golf I've played this year. I mean, I played Dubsdread at 7,200 yards 2 weeks ago and only shot 4 strokes worse. So last week, I just did not work out enough. And I don't want to give an excuse because excuses are my pet peeve. The bottom line is, I did not make it to the gym enough. I did not come into this gym enough and put time and effort in. Although I will say I definitely ate healthier last week. I had only maybe like one meal where I kind of splurged. And it's because my brother drove over 4 hours from Indianapolis and he doesn't make it over here very often. And we just kind of wanted to celebrate. So yeah, I should not expect to lose more weight than that. I guess the silver lining is I still lost a pound and a half. Okay, so let's get to the good news. There's a couple pieces of good news, kind of. The first piece is on the weight loss side. I am going to start doing weekly goals. So I have this large 60 pounds lost goal, but I also need to start doing weekly goals that will help me achieve my larger goal. So we're going to get into the specifics of what my weekly goals are a little bit later in the video, but just know that I'm going to start doing weekly goals and keeping you guys updated on what I'm doing. So the other positive is something I already mentioned, which is I shot 1 under par on the back 9 of my round of golf yesterday. I was actually 2 under par with 2 holes to play, but on the 17th hole, 130-yard par 3, I pushed a wedge way right and didn't get up and down from the bunker. So ended up shooting 1 under par, which, like I said, that's really the positive from the round of golf. I was able to, recover and still shoot only 5 over par, even though I was 6 over par on the front side. A couple alarming stats from yesterday. I only hit 6 greens in regulation, but I hit 10 fairways. So there's technically only 14 fairways, and I hit 10 of them, but I only hit 6 greens in regulation. So what that means is my iron play was absolute crap yesterday. I could not hit a green if it was 100 yards wide. So 6 greens in regulation is just not going to get the job done. It does not allow me to have enough opportunities to make birdies, which when I'm 6 over after 9 holes, you have to have opportunities for birdies to recover. And I just didn't give myself those opportunities. So because yesterday I was missing greens left and right, quite literally, I decided that I'm going to talk a little bit about how important short game is. So as an amateur golfer, one thing we can do to shave as many strokes off our score as possible is develop a really good short game. Develop a really skillful game around the greens and with your putter. So what that leads me to say is, if you have a certain amount of time each week to practice, maybe let's say it's 10 hours a week, which I know is a lot, but let's say you're really trying to improve your game and you have 10 hours a week. I would dedicate 70% of that, so 7 hours, just putting and chipping around the practice greens. And what you're going to find is your scores are going to lower because you're not going to feel so bad about missing greens. The most important club to get good with as an amateur, in my opinion, is your wedge. Whatever wedge you're most comfortable with. I don't care if it's a pitching wedge around the green, a gap wedge, a sand wedge. The most important club is a wedge. The second most important club is your putter. Now you may ask yourself, why isn't it most important to get really good with the putter? Because you need to get to the green before you can make those putts. And your second shot on par fours and your third shot on par fives is your approach shot. You're most likely missing the green with your approach shot, which puts that wedge in your hand. So practice with your wedges, practice in the rough, practice on the fringe, practice from 10 yards out, practice from 40 yards out. But practice your wedges the most. I promise you will shave 4 and 5 strokes off your score pretty quickly. All right, guys, so this week's goals with weight, I am planning on working out 150 minutes of cardio this week. So that's probably going to mean 5 workout videos alongside my wife, or 2 or 3 of those along with a few sessions at the gym. I'm going to do cardio, and then I'm also going to do some weight training in the evenings or possibly in the early morning. So I will update you guys on how well I'm doing on that next week. For the golf side, this side, I'm planning on doing 2 range sessions this week, as well as 2 short game sessions. In my range session, you probably guessed it, I'm going to work on hitting irons. Probably short irons, because I had a short iron in my hand quite a bit this past weekend and still couldn't hit the green. As far as short game, yesterday's greens were very slow. They were very difficult to putt on. I'm not using that as an excuse, but there was actually like crabgrass growing up in the greens. Honestly, I can't believe they were charging the prices they were charging for us to play on those greens. But you got to play it as it lies. So I'm going to practice putting this week. I'm going to try to find a green that's faster and rolls more true. And I'm just going to practice from 4 and 5 feet in and really try to get more consistent with the putter. I'm not really going to make a goal for each week on how much weight I want to lose. I'll just set up my goals for the amount of time I want to work out, and then whatever happens, happens. But I'd really like to lose 3 pounds this week because I know I can do it. The last goal I have this week is for golf, and that is to play 1 round of golf before the next video update and shoot even par and have no 3 putts. So this coming weekend, my plan is to make it up to the Quad Cities to watch the John Deere Classic at least 1 round. I'm thinking of going up Saturday and then possibly playing golf on Sunday. So I'll have an update on how that went and if I have any cool stories from up there. Next week, I'm really hoping to announce my first giveaway for the channel, but giveaways can only happen if you click subscribe. So my plan is, once I get 50 subscribers, to have a giveaway. Not sure what it's going to be yet, but I have some ideas. Potentially some putter covers, or maybe even a putter, but we'll find out more about that next week. So until next week, thanks for tuning in, click subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.